They set out every morning with high hopes. But Yemen's fishing industry is struggling badly. A long civil war has already made sea life tough. Now there's added danger. The waters they rely on have turned into a war zone. The battlefield that's Gaza is being fought on the seas here, and it's hurting them badly. This war's affecting our work 100%, Naeem tells us. He says they're forced to fish near the coast, or they run into the Iranian or US navies who stop them. So their haul is small. They'll only make about $1 each from all this, but they're still fiercely in support of defending the Palestinians. They're killing children and women, he goes on about the Israeli bombardment. It's not an army fighting an army. Yet they're no fans of the Houthi militants who are targeting international cargo ships in their fishing waters. These men are on the opposite side of Yemen's civil war to them. But the Houthi stand against the Israeli aggression has won them respect in places they never expected.
This building is too old, okay?
In Yemen's rundown laboratories, though, they're fighting another battle, stopping an environmental disaster they fear is waiting to happen.
These are samples, what I get from Rubymar.
They've got Red Sea water samples from near a cargo ship hit by the Houthis and now posing a pollution threat. But there are problems.
Okay, it's not enough to run the testing, okay? So
the damaged ship has a cargo of hazardous chemicals, so they're frantically testing the few samples to see if any has already polluted the Red Sea. If the ship's containers break up, the pollution will be a catastrophe, and Yemen has few facilities to cope with that.
With no support, really the Yemeni people will suffering alone, and not just the Yemeni, also our neighbors. It's not like just the Yemeni, no, this is spreading, so will not affect just the Yemen.
The Rubymar is the cargo ship causing major concern. It was hit by Houthi missiles in mid-February, and an oil slick was spotted soon after. It began sinking almost immediately, along with its dangerous cargo. A report seen by Sky News has been sent to the United Nations, calling for urgent help to protect the Red Sea coastline. At risk, not only the fishing community, but ecologically sensitive and precious marine life, which could be damaged forever.
The leaking could happen any time, today or tomorrow. It's very urgent, because if it happens, it will affect the whole Red Sea, the mangrove trees, the marine life, and the Red Sea coast. Imagine how many fishermen rely on the sea every day, and this will affect the whole fishing community.
The commander of the Yemeni Navy reassures us there's no need for the armed men escorting us all. But he also knows he has a nigh impossible task keeping Yemen's seas safe. The Navy, like so much in Yemen, has been left on its knees by the country's internal fighting. The debris from bombs and neglect is everywhere. So you can see all around there's broken boats. Not much has happened here since the war began in 2015. A lot of debris all around. The Admiral is anxious to show us the few resources he has. His job involves not only securing Yemeni territorial waters, but also the critical Bab el-Mandeb Strait for the international shipping trade. His crews are up against pirates, smugglers, and now Houthi militant strikes. But the biggest threat, he says, is from the Houthis. An international task force is helping, but the Yemenis feel very much alone.
We're morally responsible for protecting our territorial waters, but at the moment we don't have the means to protect against piracy, terrorism, smuggling and the Houthi intrusion. If we don't get support to help us confront the Houthis, then the opposite will be the case. And the opposite of security is chaos in the seas. That's terrorism, piracy and disruption.
Fishing and the sea is the lifeblood of many Yemenis, but it's become an increasingly risky business. You're always scared, Awad says, because you just don't know when you'll be attacked. In a country already split by war and left devastated by it, yet more insecurity and possible pollution of its most precious resource is a frightening prospect for Yemenis. Alex Crawford, Sky News in Yemen.